I give it up for successful YouTubers. Like, you know, you guys are really, really trying. Anyone that is successful on YouTube, it's not easy. It takes a lot of discipline. I mean, I've been sleeping and I've been very tired. You know, I've had a very, very busy schedule throughout this week. But I just had to find time to come and do this. Because honestly, it's a lot of discipline. So when I see those people that, you know, that are very successful on YouTube, that have a lot of views and all, I'm like, wow, they're really trying. So today, like I said in my last video, I'm just going to be talking about how I got over my ex-boyfriend and how I worked on my character, or how God worked on my character. So I want you to understand that this video is not necessarily about me. It's, even though it's me telling you a little bit or a summary of my own story, it's not much about me. I just want you to understand that you can also learn something from this video. I mean, life is too short for you to make all the mistakes in the world. So you can learn from other people's mistakes and, you know, just kick off your relationship from there. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Here we go. Okay, so when I was in the university, I had a boyfriend then in university. You know, we're in the same level but different departments in school. So, you know, we had a good relationship to the best of my knowledge. We had all those all those funny dreams, all those weird dreams of how we're going to graduate together, do our NYSC, you know, do this and blah 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 and all that. But at a point, I just decided I was going to start praying about my relationship. And I was just going to pray for God to bless my relationship and all. And the moment I started to pray about my relationship, that was when we started to have issues. Like, we started having very serious issues, and from there, one day we just broke up, and that was it. And when we broke up, oh my God, I could not believe it. I cried. Hey, do you know what is that? Somebody cried. I cried. And imagine, I think I had exams towards that period, or I don't even remember, but it was just something about exams. So just imagine me writing exam and then crying for heartbreak. My parents sent me to school to go and learn, but I'm following man or doing heartbreak. Rubbish. Okay, so I was so hurt, and you know, it was so painful. And one of the lessons I actually learned before I explain this story very well, one of the lessons I learned is that when you're heartbroken, you need to take time to heal. And that was one of the mistakes I made. You know, just a few weeks later, I don't even remember how many weeks later, like just after a while though, I just jumped into another relationship because I was so hurt. I couldn't bear it. I couldn't stand it. And I couldn't be alone. So you can imagine, I couldn't even be with my own self. Do you understand? So one of the things I can advise people is, when you're hurt, when you leave a relationship, see, you've been hurt, just take time out and heal. You know, just be with yourself. Think of the mistakes you made, the mistakes the person's made. Forgive the person. You know, heal. Get over all those weird mentality, all the trust issues and all of that. Just, you know, put it aside. Heal completely before moving into a relationship. So that was one of the mistakes I made. So when you go into a relationship without healing properly, you're going to hurt the person that you're going to be in a relationship with. Do you understand? Because let me digress a little. Hurt people hurt other people. Okay, so let me explain it this way. Most times when I go out, maybe to an eatery or something, and someone is rude to me, or the waiter is rude to me, I just look at them. Well, depending, sometimes I will give it back to them, but sometimes, most of the times, I just look at them and I'm like, well, you know, the way someone behaves to you is not necessarily about what you do to the person or how you are to the person. It's more about how the person is, you know. So when someone is, you know, having a bad day, they tend to make sure that everybody around them is also angry. Do you understand? So that's the same thing with relationship. When you're broken or when you're hurt and you don't heal properly, when you're going to a next relationship, you're going to destroy or hurt the person that you're going into a relationship with. So just less than few weeks later, I just got into another relationship, you know, and the beginning is always very beautiful. Darling, darling. Yeah, I love you. You know, we also had beautiful plans of, you know, all those plans that, you know, people in relationship have now. So we had beautiful plans, but somehow this particular relationship even ended worse than the first one. It was even, I don't even know how to explain it. It was so horrible. I was so hurt. It was, God. at a point, let me tell you the truth, I started to think I had a spiritual husband, I'd be a spirit husband. I was like, God, what is happening to me? Why is at the moment I started to pray about my relationship, something bad will just happen? One devil from somewhere will just come and destroy the relationship. So I was pained, I was hurt. And as I was hurt, I just channeled all my energy into doing other things. I decided, you know what, I'm done with relationship for now. Let me just focus on myself. Let me even live with myself. Let me be alone with myself a while. And that was when I became a little bit, not even a little bit, that was when I drowned myself in God. You know, I became very close to God. I started to read my Bible, because then I didn't even used to read my Bible. So I started to read my Bible. I realized that I could read a book for a very long time. And okay, actually I've always had this thing for reading, no doubt, but then I even had more time for myself. I was reading, I became very knowledgeable in different things. I'm also going to let me talk about the lessons I learned in when I left this relation. The lessons I learned and how God worked on my character. This is going to help you. Like, this is like the main part of this whole story. Is the first one is if I just realize that when God notices that something has drawn your attention away from him, he's most likely going to take that thing away from you. Do you understand? If you begin to worship or, you know, place so much emphasis on something above God, he's going to take it away from you, whether you like it or not. That's the first one. The second one is I learned that, you know, I started to change my bad behavior. Because yes, truly, if you cannot tell yourself the truth in this world, then I'm sorry for you. I told myself the truth. There are some bad behaviors I had. And number one was this: my mouth, my tongue. I can insult somebody. Hey, Jesus, it was such a bad thing. And I had this, I won't really call it hot temper, but I was always very fast to react. Any small thing, you know, I'm already reacting. Whether the person, I won't even want to know where someone is coming from. I was very impatient. Let me just call it like that. And I started to work on it. And because charity begins at home, I start from home. Things I would normally shout at my younger brother or my brothers for or something, I stopped it completely. You know, if they do something wrong to me, I have other ways to voice out my opinion without being so aggressive or so insultive. Do you understand? And the truth is, stop looking for who accepts you for who you are. Yes, the person you're in a relationship with or you're dating or you're married to, it's supposed to accept you. But if you have a bad behavior, change it. Stop putting stress on somebody's child. If you know that there's any bad character that is inside your body, check yourself. Ask yourself questions. Am I rude? Am I wicked? Do I insult people? Do I look down on people? Am I humble? Just ask yourself questions and search your heart. Am I a jealous person? Just check. You will find a bad character inside you. Do you understand? And you work on it. You stop it and make life easier for the person that is going to be married to you or in a relationship with you. And another thing is, I stopped being very entitled. And the truth is, growing up, I was pampered as a child. I won't lie to you. I was pampered as a child. My dad would always give me whatever I want. And this one, I don't think my daddy has ever said no to me, even till now. Well, not, depends, but if it's something I need, like if I just say, Daddy, please, I need, before I even finish saying it, they've given it to me. Do you understand? So I just felt that's how everything is supposed to be. Do you understand? Anybody I meet, if you don't give me that thing I want, at that moment I want it, you will not have peace. So it's not possible. So I had to stop being very entitled, and I had to realize that life does not revolve around me. Do you understand? It doesn't revolve around me. And some people might, especially ladies, we have this kind of entitlement mentality. He must send me transport money. He must give me this. He must call me every day. Yes, sometimes some of those things are necessary. But you, what do you bring? What do you also have to offer? Is it only just about you? Don't be selfish. Don't be a selfish person. It's not good. So one thing I decided to do was, I decided I was not going to play the blame game. Yes, these people, they hurt me. My ex, they hurt me. I was sad. I was hurt because they also had a role to play. In as much as me too, I also had my own role. I also played a role in the breakup and all. They also played a role too. So I was also hurt. I had every right to be angry at them. I had every right to, just say, you know what, I'm not going to forgive this person. I'm just going to be angry. I'll never forgive you in my life. You did this to me. I just decided, you know what, life is too short for me to be carrying hurt around, for me to be carrying hate around. I just forgave them. I also forgave myself for the role I also played. Stop making heartbreak your identity. They've broken your heart, yes, I know, but heartbreak does not kill anybody. you know, just cry in peace and move on. You'll be fine. As in, you will be fine. Nothing as last. Everybody could do all right. And next thing again is I started to enjoy my own company. One of the problems single people have is they feel like, you know, they cannot stay alone. They always want to be in a relationship. You always just want to be in a relationship. And some people just want to be in a relationship just for the sake of it. Just for the sake of, oh yes, I have a boyfriend. What's that? Do you understand? Not that it's bad to have a boyfriend, but at least be in a relationship for the right reasons. And that's one of the next things I'm going to talk about in my next video. Because remember, this is my anniversary series. It's divided into 3 parts. So this is the first part. So the second part, I'm going to be releasing it hopefully by God's grace, maybe next week. So you have to learn how to be by yourself sometimes. You know, take yourself out. Go to the cinema alone. Nothing is going to happen to you. Buy food. Enter an eatery. Buy food. Sit down. Eat alone. Snap pictures. You'll be fine. Call your friends. If you can afford it, go on a trip with your girlfriends. All those money you're saving, if you die, somebody will inherit it, whether you like it or not. So if you have money, take yourself out. You're single. You're living your life for yourself. Do you understand? So just take yourself out. Enjoy yourself. Eat. Be happy. Create memories with your friends. Create a whole lot of memories. Don't just stay there and keep waiting for somebody's son to find you. What if somebody's son does not find you? Have you asked yourself this question? What if you don't marry? What if you don't ever get married or you don't ever be in a relationship? What will you do? What's that thing you're going to do with your life? Let's assume God just comes now and tells you, you know what, Cynthia, you're not going to marry. Please, oh, I'm just joking. Not Cynthia, but I'm sorry if your name is Cynthia, but I'm just joking. So just imagine if God just comes down and just tell you, see, you're not going to marry. What are you going to do? Do you understand? So it's not, you can't just stay and keep living your life waiting for somebody's son to find you. Have a life. Have something you're doing. Be active in something. And when I started to live my life for myself, that was when I realized my talents or my potentials. I'm actually a very good writer. And the same thing, I actually realized I write well. Like if I pick up a pen, I can just, you know, put something down and it's going to be very interesting. And currently, I'm writing a book, 2 books actually. The first one is titled, I Built My Self-Esteem. You know, growing up as a child, I was very tall and skinny and all, so I had a very low self-esteem. I felt I was ugly, do you understand? But, you know, I found a way to just build my self-esteem and, you know, just know that I'm precious in the sight of God. And if God made me and I'm beautiful and wonderfully made, I mean, even if I'm tall and skinny, it doesn't mean anything. And the second book is titled To My Younger Self. You know, I see a lot of teenagers these days, they are making a whole lot of mistakes, and it pains me, like it touches my soul, seeing a young girl of like 15, 16 making a whole lot of mistakes, you know, suffering from heartbreak at that very young age. I mean, you're supposed to be reading your book, thinking of the school you want to get into and all. So it's very, very, it's something that just touches my soul. So I just decided I was going to write a book about it. That book, I don't even know when I'm going to publish it, but whenever. So the next thing is I changed my mentality. All of you, men are scum, men are scam, men will disgrace you. Change that mentality. Honestly, you need to change it. It's not a good mentality to have. Whether you like it or you don't like it, there are good men out there. There are good people. And the moment you start to realize that there are good people, that's when, will I say, the universe will start to work in your favor and you start attracting those good people. But the moment you start walking around with a mentality that, you see men, they will disgrace you. They will cheat on you. What's happening? Okay. They will disgrace you. They will cheat on you. They will do this. They will do that. That's when the kind of men that will come into you, only those men that will disgrace you that will be coming to approach you. Honestly, so just have a free mind. Tell yourself there are good men. You don't need all the men in the world. Neither do you need all the women in the world. You just need one person. And when that one person approaches you, you're going to know. Do you understand? And another thing I can say is, if you want to marry a good man or you want to be in a relationship with a good man or a good woman, you must first ask yourself, are you a good person? You want a man that is humble, God-fearing, he loves the Lord, he cares, he is romantic. You, which one are you? Are you just sitting down there and just waiting for someone to just come and be God-fearing? Are you God-fearing? Are you romantic? Are you a good person? Because it's when you're a good person that you can have the right to actually also want a good person. You cannot be a wicked woman and be saying that you want a good woman, or you be a wicked man and you say you want a good woman. Like I hear some boys say this kind of thing. They say, I cannot marry a woman that is not a virgin. You as the man, are you virgin? Are you, you know, you yourself, you know, you that you're watching this video, you know I'm talking to you. I put together a few tips. If you're dealing with a heartbreak, I put together a few tips for you. The first thing is no begging. Yes, especially if they dumped you. That's you are the one that dumped. No, that you are the one that was dumped. Do you understand? Like they broke up with you. There's no need. Trust me, they have been there before. There's no need. What are you begging for? Exactly. When someone breaks up with you, as a matter of fact, the reason they give you is not necessarily what the problem is, or what that's not the exact reason. You know, they've already thought about this thing before, and you know, they just came up with they've probably just come up with something that will just sound, I don't even know, just, you know, they'll just say things like, it's not you, it's me. Do you understand? So there's no need of begging this person. I mean, just pick yourself up and go. It's not necessary, because if you beg this person to stay or to love you, you're going to keep on begging the person to love you every day. And for how long do you want to keep on begging somebody to be loving you? Is it good? You can love yourself by your own self. So if someone has broken up with you, fine, let them go. Do you understand? Just get over it. It is what it is. Then the second thing is delete all contacts, at least for that period of time when the emotions are very high. Just delete all the numbers, delete all the contacts. If you want to unfollow them, that's fine. You're doing it not because you hate the person, but for your own peace. So you have to prioritize yourself over this person, because they broke up with you, and so they chose themselves over you. So you have to choose your own self, your own peace of mind over them too. So you have to, if you delete all the numbers, at least for now, maybe you can still get in touch, maybe later in the future, but at least that moment when the emotions are still high, when you're still vulnerable, when you know that if they post a picture, your heart will pain you, just delete it. Do you understand? So you will not go into any emotional battle with somebody. Do you understand? You don't want a situation whereby you post a picture and you're just on your phone waiting. Jesus, has he viewed it? Has Emeka viewed this picture? Immediately he viewed it, just say, yes, his heart is paining him now. It's not good. You're killing yourself. Just move on. Do you understand? So when you post a picture, you know you're posting it for your own self. And there's no need stalking this person. Just leave the person now. They've broken up with you. Just pick yourself up. Carry your remaining self-esteem. Don't rub it on the ground. Carry your remaining self-esteem and just go. Carry your dignity. Hold it in your hand like this and just be moving. Do you understand? Then the next thing is learn from your mistakes and be a better person. See, sometimes, even when they broke up with you, you may not have been a good person in that relationship. I know no one is perfect, but if you find out a character you have that is bad, work on it. Work on it. I trust me, I worked on myself. And if I did not work on myself, I won't be who I am today. I've changed a whole lot. Maybe later as we move, I will talk about the vices I had to deal with. Not just because of breakup, but because of myself as a human being. Like all the soul purge I did. You know, how I try to mature. Do you understand? Just become a better person. See, tell yourself the truth. If you have bad character, change it. Go and check. I think it's Galatians chapter 5 verse something. You know, they talked about the fruits of the spirit. And then you ask yourself, do you even have all those fruits of the spirit inside you? You understand? Love, kindness. Some of you are wicked. Or not even you. Some of us are wicked. You are a wicked person. You don't treat people well. You go to the eatery and then you look down on the waiter. Do you understand? You go somewhere and you insult somebody. You see a man, he talks to you. Maybe someone is approaching you or someone wants to speak to you. The person has not even asked you for your number. The person just said hello. You've already eyed the person and you've walked out. Do you understand? I'm not saying that you should go around talking to any boy you meet or no. But just be a good person. Try your best. Change bad characters. If you're a scattered person, try and arrange your life. Whatever it is that is not good in you, try and work on it. Then the next thing is heal. Heal so you don't hurt others. Don't do rebound. It's wrong. And it's very selfish and wicked. Don't do rebound. Don't. Just heal. Try. It is so painful. But you have to try. You have to do it for yourself. And the truth is, if you love yourself, you have to learn how to love yourself. Because even God in the Bible told us, God himself told us that we should love our neighbor as we love ourselves. So if you don't love yourself, how are you going to love your neighbor? I want to ask you that you're watching. If you don't love yourself, how are you going to love your neighbor? That's why some women are in abusive relationships, because they don't love themselves. If you love yourself, you will not allow somebody to be inflicting pain on you. You won't. But you don't love yourself. Appreciate yourself. You don't like yourself, so even if they blow you, you will just say, no, it's not his fault. It's me that push him to it. You push you to do what? I beg, don't tell me that kind of rubbish. Do you understand? So just try to love yourself. Do things for yourself. If you love yourself, I will just do a topic later on self-love, how to love yourself. That one, it has to be a different topic on its own. Then next thing is forgive yourself. Yes, maybe, when the breakup happens, you tend to blame yourself, like, God, maybe if I had done this better, if I had done that better. Don't be so hard on yourself. I mean, it has happened. Just forgive yourself, learn what you can learn, and move on. And also forgive the person you're in a relationship with. Just forgive that person and move on. Life is not that difficult. Then next thing is pray for healing. Yes, see, it's only God that can heal you, because this breakup, something, it always leaves different scars on you. And if you're not careful, you're going to be walking around as a damaged person. Yes, you will not even be able to give love, because you don't have love left in you. So you have to learn how to protect yourself. Pray to God for healing. It's only God. See, I'm not a pastor, I'm not a preacher, but I'm just telling you what worked for me. Do you understand? So pray to God, whether you're a Christian, Muslim, no problem. Pray to God to heal your soul from inside. Do you understand? You really need it. Then the next thing is invest in knowledge. You have to learn how to, even if you're not a good reader or you don't like to read, you have to learn how to invest in knowledge, especially for relationships. Yes, if you can go to school and study pharmacy or medicine for 5 years, why can't you study relationshiip, something as important as relationship or as marriage? Why can't you study it? Why can't you get to know more about it? I know it might sound very lame and old, but trust me, there are some people that God has or have, I don't know, there are some people that God don't bless. There's some people that God have blessed, to be able to tell you things about relationships that you don't even know about. There's some people that it's their gift. If you're not watching Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo, I'm Catholic, but I watch his videos very well. If you watch Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo's videos, trust me, your life is going to change. Find out people that talk about relationships. There are so many of them. I know Pastor Kingsley, there's Roots Marriage, there's this, I can't pronounce it. I shall know it's McKinney, and then Hammond, that's one I can remember. There are a lot of people. Follow them, buy books, invest in relationship, find out how to be a better person, attend courses, self-development courses, attend them. You need it for your own self. If you can invest in education, you should. In fact, it's more important to women, even men too. But you have to invest in relations, because most times women, we are the ones that go through this heartbreak thing very, very well. You are the one that will come out and say, hey, they dumped me. Why don't you go and read about it? Why don't you go and... See, in summary, you don't have all the time in the world to make all the mistakes in this life. So just tap into the knowledge of others. Do you understand? It's going to do you a whole lot of good. I know some people might just say, why would I go and read books on relationship? That's so the thing they do, which kind of rubbish. No, but trust me, you need it. There are so many things you don't know. And there were a lot of things I didn't even know until I started reading about relationships. So that's just the summary of all I have to say. I had to remove my glasses so you will see my real face. Thank you all for watching this video. And really, the next video is coming out very soon, and it's titled How I Met My Husband and How I Knew He Was the One. In that video, I'm just going to be talking about how to meet the right person, in as much as I'm going to tell a little bit story of how I met my husband, but I'm still going to just tell you guys how to meet the person is the right person. See, I'm a relationship coach. Let me tell you the truth. I just did an online course and I'm a certified relationship coach, so don't look down on me. I know some people will be saying, she just married for just how many months and she's already giving us advice. Shut up. Okay, so please, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like. Have a blessed day. Bye.